I'm very happy to talk with Erez Agam. He's the author of the book Berlin Immigration Secrets. So, Erez, welcome to Uncut with me.
Very much, Lucia, for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm super happy to see you again. And today I would like, Erez, to know what is the most difficult thing you experienced in your immigration process?
Beyond the regular bureaucratic procedure and the known challenges like finding a job, finding an apartment, learning the German language, the most difficult part of the immigration process is the feeling of loneliness, especially when you go through the immigration process on your own. In the book, I describe how to overcome the feeling of loneliness, which in my opinion is the greatest difficulty. And you know, when you do the process, the immigration process, sometimes you feel lonely and you need to overcome that feeling. You need to, nothing can prepare you for that. And in the book, I actually describe several methods how to overcome the feeling of loneliness and how to feel complete and feel lively again, all over again.
Oh, that's interesting. So your book is not only about the bureaucracy, let's say that. It involves all the process, even mentally.
Yes, I think that the uniqueness of the book is also due to the fact that I'm not writing how to do A, B, and then you reach C, but also, in addition, it's an emotional experience. So it's like you're traveling into the streets of Berlin, and you're doing this together with me. So you have a chance to feel the Berlin's atmosphere, to feel the alleys, to feel the well-known places, to feel what I feel, to see the surroundings. So that's why I think it's a very very unique experience for the reader.
Mm-hmm. And why did you decide to write this book?
I decided to write the book because I wanted to help others. You must know that there are books being published all the time, millions of books, and you know, people write about how to invest in real estate, how to get rich, how to be healthy, how to overcome fears, and so on. But as far as I know, nobody wrote a book about how to immigrate. And I've read information about immigration before, but I must say that the topic of immigration is obscure. There's not enough information about it. So in the book, I tell my story. I tell my story exactly how I started my journey as I arrived in Germany with nothing, without any prior connections. I arrived only with a suitcase and started my journey from scratch. And the book answers questions like how you can find a job, how to find an apartment, what's the difference between a European passport holder and a non-European passport holder, issuing a work visa, the bureaucratic procedures, how to convert, for example, a driver's license to a German one, and more. So beyond the fact that the book is a complete immigration guide, is the ultimate immigration guide, I think that it helps the reader to assess and to evaluate and to get a better perspective about the immigration process.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. And I want to know something that maybe is inside of your book, but I will try to get it from you. So, what is your best advice for a person looking for a job in Berlin or maybe looking for a job in Germany?
Well, first of all, finding a job in Berlin is not an easy task. The whole world is coming to Berlin now, and there's a huge demand, obviously. But the best advice is, first of all, to believe in yourself and your abilities, and you need to take it seriously, very, very seriously. Obviously, you know, especially if you have no connections. In the book, I described a number of platforms on which you can send your resume in order to find job opportunities in Berlin. And I also describe what is the important focus, what you should focus submitting your resume. In addition, also I encourage the reader to ask important questions before or during their job interview, because the more question you ask, the better information you will have about the company, and therefore you know whether that job is a suitable job for you. There are so many important stuff that you should know before you enter a company, because there are also difficulties when you start to work in a certain company. That's why it's important to have the right background before.
And also, I know that there is the difficulty of the language. Yeah, you have to learn German to be able to work there.
Yes, this is another point, a very important point, because a lot of jobs, most of them are in the German language, and you know, you gotta find if you are only an English speaker, it would be difficult for you. That's why in the book I also state that if you're a bilingual, for example, you speak English and another language, it will be easier for you to find a job, and therefore you have an advantage if you are bilingual. If you compare yourself to an English speaker, only an English speaker who comes to Berlin and find a job. So a bilingual speaker has an advantage in that way, because, for example, an Italian person who comes to Berlin can find, and he's obviously, if he speaks English, he will be able to focus on the English market and both the Italian market. And an American person, an American immigrant who comes to Berlin, let's say that he only speaks English, will be able to focus only on the English market. That's why the Italian has an advantage on the American in that way.
I understand. So basically, you present a complete guide to the immigration in Germany. Yeah, it's very complete, your book.
Yes, it's very complete. I cover everything there, and that's why it's a unique book, because it describes everything from A to Z. And since I started my journey from scratch, I was able to compose and to write this ultimate guide, because I had no privileges and no discount. So the information in this book is a very unique information. You cannot find it elsewhere, not even in immigration laws office. Only a person who went through the immigration process will be able to know the hidden facts of the process.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Only someone who went through the whole process and had to solve it it's the best person to write a book about it. Yeah.
And as you stated, you also went through immigrations yourself. you must know that you face uncertainties, you face difficulties, and nothing can prepare you for the real procedure. No matter how much you read about it, you always have unexpected problems, and you need to solve them. That's the challenge itself.
Mm-hmm. And your book, Berlin Immigration Secrets, it has characters, yeah? I'm sure you will use some characters to tell some stories. So could you please tell something about one of your characters?
There are so many characters I meet in the book, and there are a lot of unique characters in the book. And in the book, I meet a friend at the beginning of my journey. His name is Walid. We actually studied the German language together. And he was an immigrant from Tunisia. He was a very talented guy. He spoke 4 languages: French, Arabic, English, and now German. What drew me to him, we obviously had a connection because we both came from Middle Eastern countries. So we kind of like had the same mentality. We laughed from the same jokes. We understood each other immediately. And therefore I had a bond with him. And he was, an immigrant. He had visas issues, but he came back over and over again to Germany in order to stay. And the reason I mentioned him is due to the fact that for me, he had the immigration spirit. He was very determined. He was he done everything in order to stay in Germany, and he actually completed his immigration journey as well. So for me, Walid is a hero in a way that due to all of even though he went through so many difficulties, he was able to complete his process. During my story, I tell more about him, and at a certain point, I meet him on other circumstances. But read the book, see on what circumstances we meet later on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And what is special about this book? Yeah, Berlin Immigration Secrets, beyond being an immigration guide. I know it's an immigration guide, but can you convince us?
Yes. So it's a very, very good question, because when I wrote the book, I didn't want it to be an immigration guide without any emotional aspects. I wanted people to relate to the whole emotional aspect and to feel like they're doing the immigration process themselves. And for me, it was really, really important that that this book will be suitable to any immigrant out there. So, of course, the book describes my immigration process from A to Z, as I arrived to Berlin without any prior connections, only with a suitcase. But you will experience, when you read the book, you will experience emotional feelings, the characters whom I've met during my immigration journey. And the book will take you actually to experience the street of Berlin, as I mentioned it. The atmosphere, the authenticity of the city. And as I stated, the book contains unique information that cannot be found in any other source, not even in immigration lawyer's office. So as I stated, no matter how much you read before, this book will prepare you and shorten your immigration process.
Mm-hmm. I believe so, because it's so difficult to find immigration guides. For example, this is a book that many people can benefit, yeah? Because many people are lost, don't know what to do, at least to start. This was a very good idea, yeah? Congratulations for this book, because it is a book that is going to help many people, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, yes. And I want to add, especially regarding to what you said, tools. You mentioned the word tools. See, we all come from different countries. We all come from different nationalities. So some come with a European passport. Some come from third world countries. Some are more privileged than others in a way that it will be more easier for them to immigrate. However, it's very, very important to remember that nothing in the world can stand against the power of persistence and the desire to stay. And if you work hard, obviously, immigration, in order to complete an immigration process, you'll have to work tremendously hard. But at the end, you can win with the tools you have. This is really, really important to remember, because it's doable. People have done it before, and therefore it's doable. And nothing can stand in your way if you really, really are passionate about the immigration process, and nothing can stand in the way of determination and persistence.
Very well said.
So this is the book, as you can see. This is a light cover. You can carry it around. The book contains approximately 260 pages. You can also purchase the Kindle version. The book is available on Amazon, all of Amazon's region. Another very important thing that I would like to state regarding this book is the fact that the book is, of course, the ultimate immigration guide. It applies to the German immigration laws. However, the concept of the immigration will always remain the same. So even if you decide to immigrate to another destination, you can implement that concept. Take the book, what's written in the book, implement it into your own destination, and you will still succeed to go through a successful immigration process. So the book will help you to immigrate to any destination out there. Therefore, it can be suitable to any immigrant out there. It's really important to remember. And the book is also written in a form of a diary. It's like my own diary. I design it in a way that that you feel like you're reading a diary. It's easy, it's fun, easy to read. And in case you're passionate about immigration, obviously you'll get a better perspective after you read the book. And also, if you intend to immigrate, this is a must to read.
Oh, congratulations. I'm sure this book will help many people. And maybe eventually you are going to publish another book. Who knows?
Yes, hopefully.
Yes, and you are welcome to Uncut with Lucia.
Thank you very much.
I thank you. Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the chance to let me speak about the book and spread the word. Thank you.